What's up, YouTube? Just gonna hop out here and talk real quick about a couple things we got coming up. First off, I'm gonna touch on Lachlan and Toddzilla. A lot of people just write off Lachlan completely because he's from Australia or some shit, I guess. But if you take a look at Lachlan's performance history, he doesn't have a great track record as far as any like real wins in international competition. He went to Zloty, kind of got fucked up real good there. He came stateside, and Mike Aiello just dusted him. So not looking good. And I just assumed that as strong as he is at practice, he kind of choked under pressure in actual competition. Then he goes and pulls this Bowen match. And I know Bowen's got a lot of haters, and rightfully so. But Bowen does possess actual skills and some pretty legitimate strength, although maybe not in all traditional vectors. He's got some spots, and he knows how to use them, and he knows how to use them very well. That has won him some pretty decent matches against some pretty decent dudes. I myself am no slouch, and unfortunately, I couldn't get the job done with him. He beat me 3-2. Then he went on, and he pulled a match against Alan Guerra, who's a bad fucking dude at that 200-pound range. And then Dallas Langston, that is a strong motherfucker too. So he did really good there. And then Daniel Mosier, and I know a lot of people are going to jump all over this. Well, Mosier just pulled a tournament. Bowen just pulled a super match too. So yeah, it wasn't fresh for fresh, but I don't think it was an uneven playing field. If anything, I would say that the super match the day before is far worse than pulling a tournament and then going right into a super match for as far as what your arm can handle. And then he goes and he beats Chance Shaw, and Chance is fantastic. And then he goes and beats Ryan Scott in Australia. Like, Bowen's still pretty good. And then and not only did Lachlan beat Bowen, he beat this biggest, strongest version of Bowen that we've ever seen, and he made it look bad. Like, that was as bad as the ass kicking I gave Daniel the other night whenever he challenged me to a chugging race. So to count Lachlan completely out after what he just did, and apparently Ryan Bowen's side pressure is just as strong as Todzilla's. Like, watch the videos, he says it all the time. So to count Lachlan out of it seems a little crazy, but you still got to have Toddzilla as the favorite. It's an interesting match, though. I'm definitely going to pick Todd to win this just by being way too fucking strong. And we've seen the practice video of them pulling, and it was back and forth a little bit with Lachlan having the upper hand. But I guarantee you, when Todd shows up for a big international match, he's not showing up anywhere near that same strength level that he shows up to practice and pull with people and just screw around. So yeah, I really got to go with Toddzilla straight sets, even though I think Lachlan's a fucking animal. What else do we got going on here? We have a fantastic event coming up right here that we're running. The OVHH Free for All, the Throwdown in the Valley. This thing is gonna be fucking nuts. I know it's not gonna have a lot of eyes on it for international competition, but as far as like the local circuit goes, we are having the who's who. We've got everybody. I mean, minus Rick Heidebrecht, who doesn't want to drive for 7 hours. I guess it's too far for him to come actually win money and solidify himself as that top guy. I even told him that I wasn't pulling it. It'd be easy for him to win, but he doesn't want to do it. But everybody else is coming. I mean, we got a couple of guys that are under the 200-pound range, and somebody from the bottom half of the weight, because we're seating the whole event by weight and not having a weight class, it's just one open class. Somebody, the way the brackets are going to work out, somebody under that halfway mark. Now, I don't know who's all coming completely. I don't have a complete list until we're done, but somebody under that halfway mark is going to make it to the A finals. It's just the way these things run. So we got a few guys that can do that. I just got told that my buddy John Terrian's going to be coming to this all the way from Nova Scotia, and he's a national champion and just a diesel hook puller in that 176 and 187 range. That's a dude to watch out for there. Tyler Bolzan, left-handed, can definitely hang with super heavyweights with his left arm, and he's at that 200-pound mark. So if he's under that halfway, look to see him in the finals left-handed, or John maybe right-handed. Now, depending on where that halfway mark is, we got guys like Alan Ford that could really end up in that A-side finals, depending on where that falls. And a guy like Matt Smith coming in at 154, he's just going to be crushing through people, and I'm betting he's pretty fresh by the time he makes it to somebody that can stop him. And then we get into the big boys. This is where it gets really exciting for me to watch these guys, because these are guys that I compete against. So personally, I got a lot of interest in this. We've got Bill Cameron. That dude, if he gets his shoulder in, good fucking luck. He does not like moving from there, and it is hell to try to get him out of it. And you got Brandon Mulvihill. That kid, can't say enough good things about him. He's got everything. Speed, power, inside, outside, table IQ. He can drop into a Kings if he has to. He doesn't have any real weakness. You've got to be able to dictate a spot to make the fight happen that you are just stronger than him in. And he's real good at avoiding that. Then we got Jody Harper coming in from PEI. He came down here to the Valley a couple of years ago whenever he was hunting, and he showed up at my place, and he just dusted our entire fucking team. And his buddy Logan LeClaire, who's a little bit bigger, heavier, stronger, he's coming too. I don't think either of these guys have lost a match in Atlantic Canada in like 3 years. So it's going to be interesting to see how these top guys from there stack up with our top guys from here. We got Yannick Quias coming. We got Brian DeZarmo. Those are two top fucking dudes in that 242 and super heavyweight, depending on where they're sitting at. They can throw a lot of fucking wrenches and things. Then we got Charlie McGeegan also coming from PEI. And he's coming in at like 280. This is a former world champ. This dude can definitely wreck some shit. And then as we get into even bigger guys, we still got Ian Carnegie and Jason Constantini coming. Now, anybody that doesn't know Tiny, the Table Monkeys, those guys are awesome. They're not that, they haven't been in the sport for all that long. But Tiny, he gets real stubborn and sticky out in that Kings move. And he just keeps getting better and better. And this is just all the right-handed division. And on the left hand, we got Devon Larratt competing for the first time in arm wrestling since April or May, whenever he pulled Michael Todd. Now, he's only going to be pulling left-handed because he's all in right-handed against John Brzenk, so he's doing nothing but having his right arm prepare for that. But left-handed, he's coming out, and he wants to bang with all the big boys around, so this is going to be a super fun day. You guys let me know in the comments section who's going to win between Lachlan and Todd, and who's going to win our event, right and left. I'll talk to you soon.